Today we're at Hornby Hall near Penrith and we're interviewing Callum Kettles, who's a mule enthusiast and a grand fella. So how did you start? When did you come here, Callum, and how long have you been here?
I've been here 15 years. This is my 16th year. And we came and we've basically built up the mule flock since then.
Right. And you were brought up at Inverness or near Inverness?
Tane and Inverness.
And so how did you get from Inverness to Penrith then, via New Zealand? Could you tell us, please?
Via New Zealand, Norfolk, a few stops in between. And basically we came here, as I said, 15 years ago. And we've been here ever since.
And you were a clipper before you came here?
Yes. Clipped sheep and wintered sheep. We crutched a lot of fat lambs for people. And then we got the chance of the job here and we came here.
Right. And how many mules do you carry here then?
1,500.
Right.
We'll have 1,500 in the winter and about 11 to 1,200 in the summertime. Because we're on light land and it burns up a little bit.
Right.
And we sell a lot lamb at foot, basically to keep the cash flow.
Right. And you obviously like the mules, like myself. Why? What do you specifically about the mule do you like? Is it the hybrid vigour? Is it the mothering ability? Is it the milking ability? What would you say?
The basics to any sheep is milk, colostrum, and a bit of vigour.
Yeah.
And the mule, the North England mule, can dish that out all day.
Right.
Along with a lot of lambs.
Right. Lambs to the acre or lambs to the hectare?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. And when do you start selling your lambs and why do you start? You know, do you start at a specific weight or do you just like to get rid of them as soon as they're fat?
If the market goes sky high and it's the 33 kilos is making above 120 quid, they've got to go.
Right.
We try and draw them 35s up to 40 odd kilos. And we'll usually start about the first week in June.
And when do you finish then? When do you get rid of most of your lambs?
The bulk of the lambs will be in August.
So you'll have all your lambs away by August?
All the lambs will be middle of August.
So you won't be keeping them till their birthday to get a high price then?
Nope. We'll take the first cut off the grass, no feeding, bye-bye.
What type of mules do you go for? What type of mule do you go for, Callum?
Usually something with a bit of vigour, not too big.
Yeah.
Coming off a good hard place, back here, and they'll thrive onwards.
Because you can't beat a mule for hybrid vigour, can you? And
no.
Mothering ability.
It's the mothering ability and the milk.
Yes. They've
got to have good colostrum and milk on them.
Well, let's talk about your farming calendar now. When do you start lambing, or when do you tup? Let's start with tup time. When do you start tupping? We
usually start about 16th to 20th of October.
Right, so you want them lambing in March then?
Yes. Well, lamb March, basically, we'll put the tups out. I'll spend a lot of time with the tups. Yeah. Because, well, we're cleaning them. Yeah. And we want them in their batches for coming into the shed.
Right.
So we're basically a lot of time at tipping time. We'll juggle tips round about. Yeah. If there's a tup a bit lame, we usually have a reserve to go in.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Anything that comes in gets a bite of feeding just to get them rallied.
And you tup them with a Texel tup then?
All Texel tups. We try and basically work for the same homes all the time. They're doing the job at the moment, so we'll stick by them.
So you scan those in January then, do you?
28th of December.
Right.
When the children are on holiday from the school, and they can help put them through.
Right, so you get staff in for the 28th of December.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Homebred staff are far cheaper.
Right, okay. What, you just have to feed them then? Christmas dinner, maybe?
That's right, you know.
So, and scanning results, what sort of scanning percentage do you work out at?
Last 10 years, we've been 200. We've been between 215 and 222.
Bring them inside to lamb as well then?
Yes, they come in about the middle of January and we'll keep them in.
And you feed those big bale silage and haylage?
Big bale silage, haylage. We'll have it all tested, and the better protein stuff gets fed near lambing time.
Right.
And they get a bite of, well, they'll get cake about 5 weeks before lambing time and built up to about a pound.
Right. And you foot vax your sheep?
Sheep are all full. They're in the basically a foot vac system. It's done at a certain time of year.
Yeah.
And
All right.
keep it that way.
So the calendar year, they start obviously around middle of March onwards.
Middle of March through to, we'll be a month.
Right. So you take your tups up after a month then?
Yeah. They get 2 turns.
Yeah, 2 turns, yeah.
Take the tups out. We'll lamb, this year we lambed 1,100 ewes in 21 days.
All right. So. And
then the rest was left after that.
Right. And how many barren ones what sort of percentage barren ones?
Well, usually about 1%.
1%?
Below 1%, you know. That's
a phenomenal figure, less than 1%.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and this is because you go around them and take meticulous care at tup time then?
It's like the stag out in the hill.
Yeah.
You've got to keep your females tight.
Right. Gather them up every day then?
Every day if possible.
Right.
Keep them tight, and, you know, any tup getting a bit slow, get them out and get a fresh spell on.
Right.
And keep the tups fit.
So you use your mule like your foundation flock then?
Yes. We basically got the mule. We breed yow lambs at them, but that is a bonus.
Yes.
The first thing is fat lambs to the acre.
Right. Okay. And so for a Scotsman in near the Lake District, you're like a fish out of water nearly. Were you not brought up with chiviots or black faces?
I was brought up with North Country Cheviot ewes.
Yes.
And the mule, I'm not saying better, but it's for the modern system.
For the modern system, I would say they'll suit any system, but I might be biased.
Aye. For the modern system, I think the mule's the answer.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, he can produce the goods.
Yes.
And he's not too. You don't need to be running after him, nursemaiding them.
Right. A good commercial unit.
Yes.
You start drawing your lambs in June then.
Yep.
And then hopefully you'll get all your lambs drawn and away by the end of August then.
Basically, what we'll do is keep drawing fat lambs till the price drops.
Yeah.
And then we just draw the line about at the latest the 1st of August.
Yeah.
We'll have sort of yow lambs for folk.
Yeah.
There'll be a few store weathers to go.
Yeah.
And everything's away by the middle of August. So's we can start and play with yows then.
So you just want your yows from August onwards, you just want yows?
The 1st of September, I want yows here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be running round about after lambs.
So you can look after those yows?
Yes.
Right. And the mule fits that system because she gets them. And do you creep feed any of your lambs?
Nope.
So all your lambs are fattened off grass?
The only lambs that are fed here are the pet lambs from the triplets.
Right. Okay. So you have a good system then. You have a good
system.
Yeah.
And I think there's a market for the mule lamb straight off grass.
Yes. And do you, and is it just you and your wife then?
Yes. We get occasional help. We'll get 2 chaps at lambing time who I've had for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Good chaps, come for the month, and I get occasional help.
Wow. Right. So
the kids are good about to help as well.
Yeah, you know. Kids. Cheaper staff they are,
yes,
aren't they? Yes. Cheaper staff, right. Yeah. So you run a tight ship here then, so you don't use a lot of fertiliser then?
Since the price of fertiliser went sky high, we try and work with as much slurry as we can and keep the fertiliser down to the very minimum.
Right. And how many acres do you farm here then?
Roughly there's about 700 acres.
700 acres, yeah. I'd like to thank you, Callum, for showing us around today. I think you've got a wonderful system going and a fantastic group of sheep. I'm not biased in any way, though.
Right.
And I thank you very much.
Right.
You're a true North of England enthusiast. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.